Go ahead and say all of that wild shit online, man. You might need a Dr. Phil if you catch me outside. And I will not apologize if you ain't one of mine, fam. I cannot afford to give a fuck if it was finance.
Everything woke turns to shit.
I told Scooby that we're not going to talk about your tutu thing, Fred.
What my tutu thing? Oh, Jesus.
Oh, yeah, you can't bring up a tutu thing and
Bam!
Icebreaker. There it is. There it is.
You did that on purpose, right?
No shit, there I was.
I bet you looked excellent in the tutu too, bud.
I do. I mean,
tutu?
I keep myself in shape for a 48-year-old, you know. So, but you know, it's one of those things that like life is a very precious gift. And
yeah,
just you got to do what you want to do, man. You really do. You got to. If you ever had that itch or that yearning to want to learn, like maybe you want to learn to play an instrument, or you want to learn how to weld, or you want to learn how to do woodworking, whatever. It doesn't matter what that is. Take a hold of it and explore it and enjoy it, because that is what's going to give you, in today's time, that's what's going to give you true satisfaction within your life.
Yeah,
that's right. That's right, and you're totally right. That's awesome. And like you, myself, I am also a student. I go to school too, so it's like, you know, and I'm 39, so like I'll be 40. It's never too late to go to school and learn something.
Never too
you know,
late.
even if you know something, go learn something else. It doesn't hurt. You know, a wise man once told me, if you learned one something every day, you'd be the smartest man alive by the time you die. You know,
right.
And just go learn one something.
Bread and butter, man. I love taking the average Joe and turning that motherfucker into a straight, like, fuck around and find out.
Well, see, here's the thing. There is no fucking range around here.
So you were working with some dudes, though, I remember, right? Or is that's all fugazi'd out?
That'll fall apart, yeah.
Okay, all right, that's cool. That's cool, man. I was just curious. I didn't know.
I mean, I'm still friends with them, but the property rights and yeah.
Did they go in the opposite direction you were thinking, or what?
No, a long story short, the person that was doing it lost the property.
Oh, okay. Well, fair enough.
Family dispute. I don't need to get into it, you know.
Yeah, no worries, man. I understand.
But and then there's another one. I do have place to go, but it's all open. It's in shit. Okay, so it's past Concord. Keep on going down Livermore, not Livermore.
So it's an open range, is what it is.
Clayton, yeah, it'll be all open. Like hills. We'll have a little bit of what's it called? Hidden Valley Natural Ranch.
Okay, yeah. So you're talking about your hills, saddles, all that stuff, yeah.
Yep. But there's no trees. I mean,
so it's like shooting out in the desert type of thing.
It's open vegetation. I mean, there's a tree here, a tree there, but it's mostly open vegetation and the land contour.
Okay, I mean that's all good, man. But hey, I mean I'm still up to that shit. Just so you know, just FYI.
Oh fuck yeah, dude.
I'm always about that, man. My wife was putting shit up on fucking her Instagram account. I had my daughter out in the backyard shooting. She was like, I got to film this because here's a 13-year-old girl, right? And I don't know if I can share fucking video or not, but here's a 13-year-old girl under fucking NVGs at 2:30 in the morning, hitting a fucking steel breastplate head-sized target with like multiple fucking rounds.
Fuck
right?
Nice.
Dat.
So it's like all you hear is like boom, 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 and all you see is the splash coming off the target. And I was sitting there like proud dad, like, oh yeah, this is fucking it right here.
I made that.
Yeah. fucking it was nuts, man. It was absolutely nuts. Yeah, but it's awesome. But I love training people, man. I love fucking training people. That's like my bread and butter, man, because that's, I did that, like I said, all through the Ukraine, trained people forever and ever and ever, trained people in Africa, fucking all over the world, man.
Well,
and there's nothing like actually seeing somebody that, everybody knows how to handle a firearm.
Right.
But there's the civilian way to do it, and then there's the fucking no bullshit, I'm going to come and I'm going to take your shit. This is the way we're going to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of these guys, they get into like, I don't know if you can see me, they get like this ready up. So they'll hold the weapon here and they'll pull it up, pull it up, pull it up. It's called the ready up, and the military teaches that shit like rampant shit. I mean, that's cool. That's fine. But the time it takes you to have your weapon down here to bring it up to here to put your fucking, your cheek weld and everything to actually pull that trigger, that time is a lot. That's right there. That's more than a half second right there. Do that. Versus bringing the buttstock of the weapon over your shoulder and pushing it out and then shooting. Shoot. You see what I'm saying? So there's a lot of different TTPs that can be taught to people to actually, get them on their game, especially in today's time. Because you look at it, I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to look at the news sources. They're talking about, there's a lot of people getting robbed now. If you're wearing shit, you've got that fucking
home invasions and shit.
You got that silver chain around your neck, somebody might want that.
Yeah.
What are you going to do about it? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. They're robbing and shooting people for shoes and stuff.
They are.
Yep.
And so that's one of those things, like, this boils back to what I was talking about originally. Like, you need to be able to fucking teach, educate, and train your kids in the proper way, both self-defense wise, how the fucking outside world works, hunting, fishing, camping, all that crap, everything. How to read a map. Like, these are basic skills that everybody...
Personal values.
How to tie a knot. Let's just start with the basics.
Tie a knot. Like,
dude.
Jesus Christ. I mean, with the advent of fucking, like, elastic laces, kids don't even need to tie their fucking shoes anymore. It's like fucking kangaroos came back and bit us in the ass.
Most of them probably don't even know there's a K in the front of that word, right?
That's right. That's right.
I'll go ahead and remove a portion of that so I don't talk about your friends and that. But all that showing how to shoot right there, I'm leaving that in because that was good stuff. But know that.
you can put that in there. Just don't. I'm
gonna take out Jason's buddies. So I've been sitting here trying to figure out what the heck we're gonna.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm not about fucking doing the homegrown terrorist because that's what they claim you as. But I am a firm believer that every fucking American citizen should know how to properly operate a firearm. Because too many
defend
cases,
themselves for sure.
Yeah, too many cases have been,
and that's what it is. All defend yourself.
Thrown out as far as like everybody's in that shoot first mentality. If you have to pull a gun on somebody, right? If you're pulling a gun on somebody, there's no intimidation factor that needs to be there. You're pulling that gun to fucking execute that human being. That's it. So long before that gun comes out, you better know what the fuck you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Because there is a shitload of de-escalation that can be done appropriately prior to even getting to that point. But in today's time, people are too quick to judge and just pull the fucking gun out and end somebody's life. Which, I mean, if that's the way they want to play it, then play it that way. That's fine. But you're going to end up in a place you do not want to be. If you were wrong, right, or indifferent, it doesn't matter. If you were the fucking aggressor in that piece and you cannot prove that the other person is the aggressor, you're at fault. That's the way it's going to plan out for you. You know what I'm saying?
Especially in California.
Especially in California. Especially in, I mean, the United States proper. That's how it's going to play out, especially under the administration you're currently under. It's going to play out that way.
Right.
So guns are great. I love guns. I have nothing against guns. I think everybody should fucking own them because it is the buck stops here fucking question. It's final. That's it. It's final. But you also need to understand the fucking de-escalation techniques in order to get you to that point. Because if you can't de-escalate the situation, you're going to put yourself in a situation that is not going to be something that you want to deal with. Bottom line.
Agreed. How long have we been going?
Yeah,
here?
totally.
About 2 hours.
All right, well.
Oh, I'm a talker, man. I talk.
Oh no. That's good. That's good. I just didn't want to keep you guys here too long. Jason, you good?
I'm good.
Because I finally figured out what I think we're gonna teabag tonight. It's been because I had no idea.
What do we teabag? What's the teabag? Bring me up on this. I like the sound of that.
Okay. Yeah, right. Well, at the end of the show, we always teabag someone, or tonight will be tonight. Don't know if it's gonna be a person, but it's like the final cut, the last straw, the final shot. Like it's the thing that we think it's the worst, So it's tonight's asshole of the night, It's the
yes, like the asshole.
You know what I'm saying?
Award.
Yeah, I got you.
So he's got like a fucking icon that looks like a set of nuts that's a tea bag that he likes.
It's an actual you make tea with, but it's a nut sack. So I have it dropped down from the top of the camera when we talk about who we're teabagging. Woo!
That's fucking awesome. That's fucking awesome. So who's in the lineup? Who we got in the lineup?
Let's see.
Who we got in the lineup, man?
Who we teabagged so far? We've teabagged
Biden. We said we were going to do
Kamala Harris. Oh yeah. That's right.
We were gonna do SCOTUS on her fucking her chomo.
SCOTUS, man. That SCOTUS shit is overplayed. Fuck that shit. You want to teabag somebody? You want to teabag somebody?
Yeah.
Teabag every fucking goddamn fucking news agency out there, because if you're the fucking idiot that pays attention to one news source and fucking goes off that by the word of God, you're fucking an idiot.
You're fake news. You're fake.
This is huge. It's huge.
You know what I'm saying? They're all fucking fake, because here's the thing. Like I think I said this earlier. I don't care what fucking news. It could be Al Jazeera. Al Jazeera, I find, is like the most easiest to digest when it comes to truth. It's still got bullshit wrapped up in it. They all do, because at the end of the day, the producer or the owner of that corporation has fucking policies set in place that says this is what you will talk about, this is what you will not talk about.
Right.
That's how it is. Literally a fucking. It's a what do you call it? It's a popularity is what it is.
True.
You know.
What?
Really,
see, that's why I like the Daily Wire, because that person is Ben Shapiro.
There you go. Ben Shapiro is fucking straight.
I love this.
I love
my
Ben
favorite
Shapiro,
little Jew, dude.
And honestly, you should teabag every fucking news agency, but give Ben Shapiro the golden vagina.
How about the ruffled foreskin instead?
You know what I'm saying? Let's face it. I mean, hey, bro. I like Fox News. Fox News gets me riled up. I'm like, fuck yeah, kill the commies, woo! You know? But that's how Fox News is. They're very, very hardcore. You know, CNN is all love, hate, or love, hippie, fucking bullshit, flowers on the fucking side of the road. BBC, they might as well be called the big black cock for all I'm concerned, because you know what? They just fucking produce whatever they fucking think that is going to help them out. They don't produce anything that really does not help out the fucking British government. They don't. And then Al Jazeera is kind of like an in-betweener. It's just like, we'll give you some truth, but then, you know, fuck you, American, you know, fuck you on this. But really, news agencies are the fucking most corrupt business on the fucking planet. They really are. There is not one news agency that you can actually resort to. You have to be smart enough to look at all news agencies and then come up with your own rational deduction.
Check this out. Have you heard of Newsmax? They're a little bit righter than Fox.
That's horrible.
It's like, it's horrible.
But you know what I'm saying? Like that's the teabag. The teabag is these fucking news agencies, man. I mean, I could point the fucking finger at the administration
like
all day
the
long.
Young Turks?
But realistically, like Biden, dude. Fuck you if you think Biden's running the fucking show, dude. Biden is this is Biden right here. He's a fucking hand puppet. He might as well be Kermit the fucking Biden, because he doesn't know what the fuck's coming and going. He falls downstairs. He smells people's hair. He fucking does not know what the fuck he's doing.
I got light hairs, though, damn it.
all Biden does is read a teleprompter, and not even very well at that. You know, that's literally all he does.
The people behind the scenes, like, you know, you want to.
I know you could do it better.
You want to teabag somebody? Teabag the fucking Bilderbergers.
No, you're right. You're right.
Teabag these 1%ers that are fucking. These are the people that are making money off of our hard-earned labor. They really are.
Well, I mean,
true.
then we're going to get into the Fed and fucking inflation.
Yeah, you can't do that. That's why I'm saying just teabag all the news agencies, because then you know what? Feds don't give a shit. You start fucking calling out groups. Yeah.
No, I meant the Federal Reserve.
Oh, the federal. I mean, they don't really have a dog in the fight. They're a bunch of fucking morons, man. It's like the Social Security Administration. They're fucking idiots. They don't know.
Yeah, I think we should.
But realistically, you look at like I talk about the Bilderbergers. I say like there's a bunch of big rich families out there, you know.
Oh yeah.
So you know, in Napa, you remember where we used to go.
Oh yeah.
Up on that fucking road, right?
Oh yeah.
And you remember what was up past those fucking gates.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the fucking place all those fucking videos were taken where they were showing all that weird fucking effigial shit. When all those fucking politicians were going up there. That big meeting that they have in fucking Northern California, blase, blase, blase. That is a fucking thing, man.
Yeah. It is.
That tripped me the fuck out. The first time we went up there, and I remember it was me, you, and Glenn. We were up there. We were
talking about on top of Partrix?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Past the gate. We went.
Yep.
We went.
So we went.
Yep.
We went up to the gate. We went up to the gate, and I remember like we were like, "Fuck that, man! We can't go in there." And I was like, "Well, let's climb the gates." And like, "No, we can't do that. We're not doing that." So we just kind of hung out there, but it was really weird, man. It was a very, very strange fucking atmosphere. And then, you know, flash forward 5, 6, 8 years, there's videos coming out from that area where it's like, what the fuck is going on there? And you had bushes, you had like some fucking weird.
So
they're out there sacrificing babies and stuff, dude. I'm telling you.
It's fucking weird. It's probably when we were up there. I think I had the most unsettling feeling in my fucking gut in any time of my life.
About 50 yards past the gate, there's a family cemetery plot on the right, dating back to the 1700s, I believe.
Jesus.
Maybe, yeah, it was a long time ago. And you follow the road down a little bit further, and then all of a sudden goats start appearing.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No.
So you went back up in that motherfucker then?
Yeah, I've been up in there a few times. We used to go up there and party, or well, not really go up. We used to dare each other to go up in there. You know, and every now and then some of us would do it. But we'd party down by the gate and stuff all the time.
No, so about, like I said, about 50 yards past the gate on the right, there's an old cemetery, and then another 50 yards or so on the left, there's an older cemetery, and then the road like curves and it opens up in this big old fucking meadow, dude. And before you get to the meadow, goats start appearing. Like you'll start seeing them in the brushes and shit. And it's fucking creepy as fuck because you're looking for a rebob, right? You know?
Yeah.
And fucking you're like, oh, man, fuck.
Run away.
Yeah.
It's trippy, man.
Talking goats.
Yeah. I mean, like, obviously, you can't teabag those type of people because you will get fucking. You'll get something on them.
We're teabagging them. But
fuck it.
Yeah, we definitely are. I don't give a shit. This is fucking Conan Entertainment.
Well,
we're fact you. We're fact you. We don't. Hey, we can give a fact. You know what I'm saying?
These are the people that fucking hung Jeffrey Epstein. And that's all I'm saying. You know,
you're right, man.
100%.
You're right. It's a we live in a fucking really, really twisted fucking construct right now. It's really
the powers that being most people, you know, it's funny.
Riddle me this, man. I just have a question for both of you. Like, you all know about Anwar, right? Everybody knows
what?
that. Anwar.
What?
Anwar.
Amway?
Anwar?
Yeah, it's up in Alaska.
Not sure.
So Anwar, type it into your Google, look up Anwar oil drilling. Check it out. Tell me what it says to you. Anwar oil drilling in Alaska. So Anwar has the largest oil deposit, larger than Saudi Arabia.
Anwar oil field?
Anwar is short for Ardent National Wildlife Refuge in Alaska. Geologists estimate Anwar holds 10 billion barrels of oil. Okay, yeah, I've totally heard this. Enough oil to get the United States by for 2 years. There is only one problem. There's currently a ban on drilling in this field in Alaska, which is referred to as the North Slope.
That's right. So,
and that is per oilshalesgas.com.
Correct. So Anwar has been drilled. They run everybody up there during the winter time. They can only drill in the winter. They have to leave a non-ecological footprint. So they go out there when the ice is there. They drill down. They remove the oil. Then they back off. Right. So they banned all oil refinery or oil drilling in Anwar. So they can't drill in Anwar anymore. But it's got a fucking plethora of oil. Right.
Right.
So much so.
10 billion?
Yeah. So much so, that's per day. So much so that they can actually, your gas prices would probably go back down to like 1994 prices where you were paying like $1.27 a gallon type of thing. It's there. It can be dug. It can be drilled. It can be fucking excavated, whatever the case may be, and it can be refined. We don't do it though. Case in point, the Keystone Pipeline.
Yep, that was the delivery.
We could have expedited the transfer of oil from point A to point B for refinery purposes, and the natives or at least the chiefs, I can't say the Native Americans, but the chiefs that were in charge of that land were all about it. They're like, fuck it, because they're gonna get a kickback, much like the casinos and everything else. They're gonna make money off it, which is gonna help their people out anyways. And state, they're gonna help.
So they're trying to get as much money as they can off it.
Of course.
Yes, absolutely. So now you look at gas prices today. We're up. I want to say, I don't have the numbers in front of me. You guys would have to look it up. But I want to say we're encroaching at that $155 a barrel price per oil right now. Roughly, is I think where we're at. We're right up in that echelon, which is like the highest it's been since Jimmy Carter. So here we get a good ideology of looking at it and understanding the minutia that goes behind this as far as the money construct, because oil is traded in the stock market and they're traded as futures, right? So futures is prospected amount over time, right? So we can make a lot of money off of it. So oil people can make a lot of money off of it. And we see this happen every year. We just don't see it at this extent. There's a lot of, I think, in my own opinion, there's a lot of minutia that's actually getting brought into the mix to actually pump the price up a little higher than it needs to be. But it is a money-making construct because, mark my words, come the summertime when kids are out of school and all this stuff, people are traveling, that price is going to fall. Because right now, people are not traveling. They're coming out of COVID. They're not traveling a lot. They're going from point A to point B. They got to go to work. That's the thing. They got to go to work. They're going to pay for gas. They got to go to work. They have to. But when it comes down to the travel time, which is the summer, and if you look at the traditional rise and fall of gas prices, every summer we dip down. So people will travel and they'll spend money. And then come Christmas time, and then Christmas time, it's going to spike back up. It's going to plateau off. And then it's going to kind of go.
That's how it always goes.
It is.
Now, real quick, if I'm reading this correctly from Markets Business Insider, it looks like today's still the 25th, right? Yeah, it looks like it officially closed today at $112.56.
$112 was last week.
$112.56.
That's actually really good. Which, honestly, to me, why are we still paying? If it's closing at $112, why are we still paying $4.50 to $5 a gallon? Because look up what a price per barrel was in January.
Let's see if this will show me. Let's see here.
No, I'm just joking.
I'm just curious. What a price per barrel was in January of 2022.
Okay, here we go. This is from indexmundi.com. Oh, wait, hold on. What year is this? I don't want. Until January 2022?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is that correct? Here, USA. Here we go. Here's a better reading. I was trying to read some weird fucking graph they had. Now I've got an actual table. Here we go. It was per barrel 83.92.
$83 a barrel.
$83. So we'll just say 84 because it was 92 cents. So we'll just say $84. But $84, that's fucking what? $30 less per barrel than it is right now.
$30 less per barrel, and you're telling me that we're going to pay these fucking outrageous gas prices for $112 a barrel? Because $112 is like realistically an average of like usually what we're at, which is fucking unreal. During COVID, I know oil prices fell tremendously because nobody was driving anywhere. But if you look pre-COVID, if you look at like oil prices, let's see, COVID, we had the worst cases of COVID started in the early 2021. So if you look in the 2020s of oil prices, you're probably going to see that 112 mark all over the map. And we were only paying maybe 20 cents fucking more or 20 cents less than what, or 30 cents less than what we're paying now. So the gas prices don't meet the fucking actual barrel price. That's the problem. That's where, right there, that is the fucking bread and butter, the actual truth that you can actually show people and say, like, look.
Because they say they're anticipating it and shit.
Correct. So right there, you can actually see the convoluted message of, like, people are making money off of your hard-earned wages based off of gas prices. Bottom line, that's what happens. It happens every year, unfortunately. But this is actually the most worst that I've ever seen.
It's the way our economy is set up to work, you know?
Well, I mean, that can be argued either way, though, too, because the U.S. dollar traditionally has the highest fucking mark on the exchange rate. Everybody pretty much bases off the U.S. dollar. Now, granted, with the whole shit show that went down with Saudi Arabia, which I'm sure you guys are cahoots with what's going on with that, as far as Saudi Arabia ditching the U.S. dollar and then going with the Chinese yuan, right? I
thought they went on the gold standard.
No, they went with the Chinese. So the Chinese yuan is actually what the Saudi crown prince has actually redone his oil to. Look that shit up. So what that's going to do over a period of time is that's going to degrade the value of the U.S. dollar, which can put us into a nasty. I mean, you want to talk about? I mean, we're in a inflation right now, but the last thing we want to do is a recession. But realistically, you know, that's what's going to happen. And I forget who it was that fucking said it. It was, God damn, man.
It's a market correction is what it is.
It's a market correction, but you're looking at a market correction based off of another country's currency.
Right.
Which devalues your currency. Which that's shitty.
That's because of the Fed. If we were on the gold standard, this wouldn't be happening.
That's true. But we don't, I mean, I don't think the U.S. can handle the gold standard anymore, man. Honestly. I really don't. I don't think that's a thing. I mean,
it's better than what we have right now, a no standard, you know?
But, I mean, the point is, the case in point that I'm trying to make here is that, like, we have the resources to be self-sufficient.
Yes.
For sure.
We really do. We have the resources to make ourselves an independent country within ourselves. We
were energy independent for a minute there.
Yeah, we were. And
yeah,
and that's the thing. Like, it's to me, it's just big fugazi, man. It's smoking mirrors. It really is, because the information's out there. It's just being able to grab the information and be able to digest the information and conceptualize what's out there and be able to make up your own opinion. You know, a lot of people don't want to do that anymore. They just want to get it right off. That's why I said teabag these news agencies. They want to get it off the news. Like, oh, no, they really do. They really want to get it off.
It's like NBC programming. They're like, oh, CNN said.
Again, it's one of those things, man. It's easier to do that. Like, there's a commercial that.
But John Lemon said you're a racist.
That is pure racism.
So my parents are old as fuck, man. But every time I'm up here visiting them, when I get the weekends off, I come up here and visit them, and I see the same commercial roll around on fucking. They watch that YouTube TV bullshit, right?
Yeah.
Get all the channels that they want and all that crap.
But you always get like the same 6 commercials.
Yeah. So there's this commercial that keeps rolling around with these old people taking these pills that are like, one bottle is fucking vegetables and one bottle is fucking like fruits, you know? And the
Oh, I know
ladies,
what you're
And they're like
talking
You know what
horse,
I'm talking
they're like
about?
horse pills and shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
And this lady's popping them, and the first thing that comes out of her mouth that I don't think a lot of people catch, this is so much easier than eating vegetables. Yeah, motherfucker, you're taking a pill. You don't have to actually eat the fucking vegetable.
Or grow it.
You know what I'm saying?
Or
I mean, fucking
produce
Or
grow
cook
it.
it. Yeah,
Grow it or
yeah.
not, it's one of those. That is literally a subliminal construct right there that's saying it's easier to do this than it is to do that.
Yeah.
You got a younger child, so you've probably seen the movie Wall-E.
Oh, I know Wall-E, man. Great movie.
You remember?
That's the only movie that brought a tear to my eye, man. I mean,
Right, dude. Yeah, it made my ducks leak a little bit myself, but
Yeah.
my
Made my
point.
eyes rain.
Makes my eyes rain.
My eyes rained.
Yeah.
My eyes were raining, mama.
But the point was that spot where, do you remember like when Wally finally got into the ship and they were all on their little fucking light tracks and shit?
Yes.
Yep.
They're all.
And they're just, dude, they're all fat as fuck, dude, and they're just like, oh, I got
Drinking those big old sodas.
today's colored Slurpee or whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what they're doing to us right now.
That's- yeah,
that's
fair what.
That's what they're gearing for.
I mean, if you flash forward fucking 100 years, you're probably absolutely right, man.
Yep.
It's the dumbification. I mean, realistically, I hate to fucking say this, man. I feel like a fucking asshole. This is what happens when you don't learn from history, because guess what? Back when the fucking world had kings and queens and monarchies, it was the same fucking thing. Pay
Yep.
your taxes, preach to God, give me your fucking
Do what you're
money.
told.
Here's your bread.
Yeah.
That
And do what you're told.
and do what you're told. You know,
Yep.
we have literally.
and then here's the circus every fucking solstice or whatever.
No,
Yeah.
and there's I mean, two things. I mean, and I hate to be long-winded with you guys, man. I'm a talker, like I said. I apologize, but I've got a shitload of this crap just built up in my mind for fucking years and years and years. And here's another big fucking piece that people I think really missed the mark on. You have been basically corralled into your own personal fucking prison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You really have. I mean, look at it. Where do you feel most comfortable at?
My corral.
That's the question. Where do you feel most comfortable
Yeah.
at?
My corral.
You're in your room, your space, your house, your room,
Your home.
whatever, your
Yeah,
garage,
in your-
wherever you
in your
want, your
space.
home. Yeah.
When do you
Yeah, your
feel
space.
most uncomfortable?
When I'm out of it.
When you're out of it. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I try to explain that to people a lot of times, and they just don't fucking get it, man.
They won't get it because it's easy. It's fucked. Like I said, like the girl that takes the pills. It's easy.
Well, basic human nature is to be lazy. So
No, that's not. Don't fucking. That's bullshit. Basic
No.
human nature isn't to be lazy. You know why I say that? I'm going to give you a piece of proof.
all right.
When we were younger, right?
As
We were out fucking around. Were you lazy? Were you lazy to go do shit?
No, I was fucking.
No, you weren't, motherfucker. You were out doing shit and you were loved doing it.
I was
but
fucking. I was
but now-
not inspired. What's the word? And not intrigued. I was inspired.
You were
Inquisitive. Yeah, that's a good one. That'll.
See,
That's
no.
been taken away from you. That's been taken away from you. Why be
Yeah.
inquisitive? You're just gonna find something you don't want to find nowadays.
Yeah, I wouldn't say people are naturally lazy because we wouldn't have progressed as a society throughout history.
There's no way.
because
People
back
are not
in
lazy.
the old days,
People are not lazy
500
because
years
when
ago.
I look behind you and I see all those fucking pictures that are put up, ducks in a row, perfectly fucking aligned, right? How you have your studio set up, you got your Trump flag set, everything is fucking picture perfect. You're not lazy. You're in your comfort zone.
Right.
That's where
Gotcha.
that's where they want to keep you, in your comfort zone, because you're not going to buck the fucking system, because you don't
Right.
want what you have taken
Because
away from
you got your shit. Yeah.
You don't want that.
Mine.
Well, it's another thing. When someone once told me that you have to get uncomfortable to even begin to learn.
That's
Because
right.
if you're
You're absolutely
comfortable,
right.
you know everything that's going on.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. And
So-
take that back to education when you went to high school. How many times did you show up for math class where you were like, "Fuck, I'm gonna ace this"?
Right.
Not once
Right.
for me. I was like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's good to be uncomfortable because uncomfortable teaches you adversity. And if you can't learn how to deal with adversity, then you just become a closed clamshell and you don't want to deal with the outside world.
What a great honor to be able to introduce for the first time ever.
That's where we're at. That's where we're at.
Yeah, and that's what all our kids are right now. They're like
That boils back to my main point. Take your fucking kids out, man. If anything your listeners could do, take your kids out and teach them what your grandparents would have taught you. Teach them what you would want them to learn. You know what I'm saying?
Teach them what you know. I mean,
teach them what you know. Spend time with your kids because guess who's raising your fucking kids? And mine included. I'm at fault just as much as everybody else. The fucking public school system's raising my daughter.
Yeah.
Well, what I meant when I said teach them what you know is, not all of us are fucking super ranger man like you, Fred.
Well, you don't have to be a super ranger man.
That's why I was saying
guarantee
teach them what you know, dude, because I catch a fish in Lake Marietta way faster than you.
Dude,
it doesn't have to
so,
be. It doesn't have to be like super fucking crazy like SF guys or anything like that.
But no, just teach them what you know. That's your job as a parent is to fucking instill
fucking productivity within your children and teach them
everything they need to know to fucking survive and thrive.
Right. And teach them the ability to think outside the box.
So basically, all I'll be able to teach them is about whiskey and titties. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's fine. Hey, you know what that stops? I'll tell you what that stops. That I didn't have the luxury of learning. Don't marry the first girl you fucking meet.
Don't do that.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, every father out there has something they can teach their kids.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. I'm just teasing. Of course.
I mean, you could teach them how to fucking barbecue. This is how you cook a steak, son. This is how you cook a steak, daughter. You know what I'm saying? There's just those little things that we've kind of gotten away from that really kind of just erodes our society as a whole. It's those little.
It's a constant fucking degradation.
One of the things I learned early on was, how criminals get caught? It's not the major things. It's not the big things that get them caught. It's the little things. It's the little minutia details that get them caught, right? Kids are the same way. If you don't teach them all the way down to those little tiny, this is how you tie a knot to put on a fucking fishing hook. This is how you bait your fishing hook, right? These are little skills that they learn over time that equate into bigger skills. This is how you tie a knot. This is how you tie a bowline. These little things build into bigger skills eventually down the road, because what that teaches is it teaches the ability to encounter something you're not familiar with, succeed, and move forward, versus encounter what you don't know how to do it. Fuck it, I'm not going to try. I'm just going to go with the rest of everybody else, because that's what we're doing now.
That's exactly what we're doing now, dude. I watch my fucking children get dressed on a daily basis, and that's what they're doing.
Really, it's. I hate to say it, man. It's. And I mean, I've probably been preaching this since the beginning, but it's up to us to make the change. It really is. It's up to us. We are the people that can affect change. It doesn't have to be some crazy, drastic left field, right field bullshit. It's just teaching your kids how to become self-sufficient. Like, how do you water a fucking plant? How do you grow a plant? How do I grow a vegetable? Just the basic shit, man. Like, get them back to reality. Get this fucking garbage out of their fucking hand and get them back to reality, man.
I love that you just brought that right back up there, because I don't think you realize this, John, but you've had an underlying theme this whole episode and it's a great theme. So I think we're going to have a fact you first right now. We're going to do the teabag double dip.
Okay.
All right. And we're double dipping on
Dip that motherfucker.
technology. It's not a person, it's a thing. But we are teabagging technology in general because this is the distraction. This is the cause of basically every issue that we have. We ourselves and our kids and everyone spend far too much time on these things than we do with each other and our kids, and that's what's helping all this happen.
Yeah, it has eroded. Yeah. It literally, technology, we've allowed it to get to the point where it is not beneficial to us. It's actually a hindrance to us because now we're at the point you see national parks across the country getting shut down.
It's detrimental, Bill. Nobody's doing anything. You know, and like I've tried to went walking with some children, you know, and they go like 600-700 meters, and all of a sudden their legs don't work. I can't do it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Technology, we've allowed technology to get to the point where it's actually becoming detrimental to us as parents, and it's detrimental to our kids as far as it basic conceptualizing and understanding learning skills as a whole and how to interact with other individuals. Like kids these days, when they go to school, their friends are kind of like, they're not even friends. They're like acquaintances. You know, they're not true friends. They're not like that person that's going to be like, hey man, I need your help. He's not like the person that's going to be there like back in the day. It's all a fugazi. It's a smoking mirror. It's something that actually takes away and actually...
It is deliberate.
It's deliberate, but it actually takes away from the creative mindset of children, puts them into a pre-programmed position, and has them move forward with these misconceptions.
Misguided,
yeah, 100% misguided. But we let it happen, man.
Misguided, misinformed misconceptions.
Yeah, and I hate to say it, but I mean, fuck, I failed, man. We let it happen. We did. We
all
fucking
right.
let it happen.
As bad as all that is, it's not as bad as a misfire. I just got to say.
I mean, a misfire is pretty shitty too, especially if unless they're shooting down a rusty aircraft.
Right.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying. People just need to get back. They just need to get back to reality, man. Just take a check hold and get the fuck back to reality. Stop worrying about the fucking almighty dollar. Stop stressing about shit that you're not going to be able to fix. Because a lot of this shit that's going on in the government, you, me, and Raymond, we ain't fixing it.
Nope.
It ain't happening. You know, we can put our 2 cents out on what's fucked up, but the reality is
the ball's rolling.
The winning side of the winning side of this conflict is bringing people back in the fold, bringing back the cohesion of neighbors, bringing back the cohesion of what an actual friend is, bringing back the cohesion of what it means to be there for somebody, understanding how.
I agree.
You know, that reminds me, I was going to bring it up earlier, and I appreciate you fucking sparking that thought for me, Fred. The whole family unit thing we were talking about earlier on this. You know, a lot of politicians, they talk about how they're going to solve black crime and how everything's racist and shit.
That is pure racism.
Right.
But if we like actually explored the family unit as we were discussing earlier, and reflected it on that demographic without any race issued, I think that we would make this fucking country a lot better place, man. I fail to understand how nobody recognizes this, and the laws that are enforced, you know, that ends up with a lot of these people in jail and these kids not knowing their dads and you know, and
no. You're right, Jason, and it's a known thing. Like I was reading a study a while back, and I actually think I've heard Matt Walsh or Michael Knowles, one of the two of them talk about it. And like 70-something% of all African American kids, black kids, don't have a dad and grew up without one. And speaking from a white kid who didn't have one, I made all the wrong choices too. And so it's a real thing, you know.
It's a real thing. It doesn't matter what color your skin is. It really doesn't.
But
it doesn't.
But Raymond Scoob had the same issue. You know, it just.
Yeah. So, and I directly correlate the not having a father figure in the home to a majority of problems that happen in the world in general. I do.
And that's the thing. And I think you guys are hitting the fucking nail on the head right there. We allowed it. We as citizens allowed it to be a customary where we lived in fucking two parent homes. That was a big thing in the 80s and the 90s. That was like,
well, they incentivized it, you know. Think about it. You get more money from the government if you're separate than you do if you're married.
But then again, you look at that architecture that I'm talking about. Right there's a split that starts to deviate right from wrong, and starts to actually split that seam. So once those seams get split, it's like an old mattress. It's like
the seam of the family structure. You know,
that's right. So. Yeah. You look at it like a mattress. So it's like a nice Tempur-Pedic mattress, right? That fucker is comfy. It's great to lay in. It takes care of me. Everything is good. But then all of a sudden, that Tempur-Pedic mattress is shit because you know what? We're going to split the seam. We're going to separate that Tempur-Pedic mattress. So now you got two sides you're playing with. Right there, that was all through the 80s because luckily, like pretty much all my friends except for me, all their parents were fucking divorced. I think I was the only motherfucker that had both his parents, and the only reason my mom was fucking hanging around is because she was like hardcore 1940s, like I clean and I fucking cook. You know what I'm saying? Well, you know, for the most time, she's a pocket rocket, but you know what I'm saying.
But yeah, you were, dude. Like when I met you, my fucking parents were divorced.
Right. And my parents were still married. My parents were still married to this day. Like, you know, it is what it is.
My parents were divorced.
That's the fucking split right there. Is that whole?
That's the break. That's where the end of the family unit begins. Right Correct. There.
And then it was exploited.
Even if it's a friendly divorce, which yours was not.
By exploited. And when I say exploited, that's when it started to get exploited, like in the mid-'80s, right? That's when we started to see this shit happen. 70s and 60s, people really didn't get divorced. They were in it for the long haul. They were ride or die. Both those people were ride or die. I could cheat on my wife, but I'm not going to tell her. I'm going to stay with her till the end. Whatever the case may be. Ride or fucking die. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know she's fucking the pool boy, but I'm fucking the maid. You know?
Exactly. It was ride or die, man. That's how mentality was. Now, once you split that family construct, right there is where the wedge can get driven in and we can start to exploit that. So the more we can exploit that, the more we can divide. The more we can divide, the more we can control. The more we can control, the better off we're going to be in the long run. And by we, I'm not talking about us, obviously. You know what I'm saying?
We is them.
It is all a control form. And like I said, this boils back
to... It is a control form.
It's a control form. Because if you look back in history, and this is why history is so fucking important and why I wish they didn't do away with all the fucking goddamn Britannicas and all that crap. You look back at when England was ruled by kings and queens, okay? They had the same fucking mentality. It was the same shit. People lived dirt poor to pay their shit.
Like the majority of people.
Like the majority. Kind of like the road we're going down now. If our food prices go through the roof and people can't grow their own fucking food, at least those people knew how to grow their own food, you're really fucked.
And the minorities are concentrated in certain sections. That is...
But here's the thing with the minorities, and I've always thought about this, man, because...
Not minorities. I mean poor people, you know? That's what I meant.
I mean, people will look at it like a racist term, but a minority is just a amount of people that is lesser than these people.
Another amount, exactly.
That's all it is. It's just it's like a dividend. One is greater, one is lesser. That's just the way it fucking works. It's not racist. It's not condescending in any way, shape, or form. However,
Thank you.
when you look at minorities as a whole, right? So Hispanics.
You look at minority assholes.
So here's the thing: Hispanics are one of the greatest minorities that we have versus blacks. There are
they're awesome.
more Hispanics than there are blacks, but they are
Yes.
considered a minority, right?
In California,
You show
there's more
me a
Hispanics.
Hispanic family. Show me a Hispanic family that regularly gets divorced. Please, show me one.
Nope.
They don't. They are ride or die.
Yeah.
From the beginning to the fucking end.
Yeah.
Point blank. And they might have 37 fucking kids. I don't really give a shit. But the point is they keep that family unit tight to their chest.
And it's the family values that they
Correct.
are. That's
Correct.
I agree 100%.
The Puerto Rican families, same mentality. 100%. All those South American families, same mentality. African families used to be like that back in the 60s and the 50s and the 70s. Used to be like that. And then I honestly can't put my finger on it, but then there was a split. Somewhere down the line there was a split. I don't know how it developed. I don't know how it went that way, but there was a split to where you're absolutely right. I mean, I've watched some, like, don't get me wrong, I laughed at the fucking TikTok, but I saw a TikTok that says, tell me you're black, or tell me you're white without telling me you're white, right? And this guy gets on the fucking TikTok and he's like, kids, I'm home. And I was like, holy shit. But, you know, it seemed funny at the time, but it's a fucking reality.
Yeah,
It's a fucking reality.
That's super funny.
And the point behind that is
yeah.
like, I got black friends. They're great fucking people.
Yeah.
I have no problem with black people. People want to fucking kill whitey, whatever the fuck. Like, we're all racist, whatever. I mean, fuck off, man, with all that bullshit. That's a steaming crock of crap. Not all racist.
That's a part of, like, having actual friends and relationships, you know. And
but the raw truth of it is you can remember the 80s when we had a lot of that gang violence going on in, like, LA and Chicago, and you had the Bloods and the Crips. It was like fucking heavy heated shit going on, right?
and my Batman walking, psychopath talker, king of my jungle, just a gangster stalker,
right.
living life like a firecracker, quick as my fuse. I'm dead in the dead because the colors I choose.
But people were banging. That was their lifestyle. They wanted to bang.
Oh yeah, they were.
They wanted. I mean, I remember watching the movie Colors. Right? It's the same shit. That became
Colors.
Oh, that
That was a
became.
hardcore movie.
Here's the thing.
Robert.
Here, I'm gonna lay some truth on you that'll fucking blow your mind.
Oh shit!
So when those movies came out, when did Colors come out? Do you remember?
I think it was 86.
88 something. Look that shit up. When did Colors come out?
84.
Okay.
Mid-80s somewhere.
Okay.
I got it. I'm on it.
I don't want a list of colors.
Yeah, that's what I got. That's what I got too.
It came out. I think it came out in the mid '80s, man. I'm
88.
pretty sure. 88. So Colors came out in 88. Just blowing the fucking gang violence out the water, right? And then succession of Colors, you had a shitload of movies come down year after year after year.
Yeah, all the Mexican movies and shit.
Yeah, you had Me
Mexican
Music,
Society, South Central, Boys in
Blood
the
In, Blood
Hood,
Out.
Blood In,
You
Blood
had
Out, Juice, New
Yep,
Jack
you had
City.
all these movies that fall into succession with this culture, which is basically steering them into this fucking lifestyle. It's another construct. And it's written in black and white. You can look it up and actually see it. If you do the due diligence and look at the precedents of movies beginning to end, you'll see the fucking growth. Boom, 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 boom. That's when gangster rap started to take over. That's when all that shit started to come up. They were actually building a construct right there, a piece of separatism, if you will, within a culture. That happened. That's a thing. It's fucking horrible.
Fucking
Yeah.
A, it's horrible.
It's fucking horrible.
Jesus
But that
Christ.
is, I know, and this is, I love talking to people like this because you'll see the truth and you'll be like, holy fuck. It's there in black and white in front of everybody.
Yeah.
But we're the product of our own fucking demise and we let it happen. We let it fucking happen.
I call them normies. You know.
You know what I'm saying though?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying.
We let it fucking happen. I mean, granted, we were fucking 15, 16 years old, but there's not much we could do. But, you know, shame on you, parents. You fucking let it happen.
Yeah, definitely.
Because
I blame my parents for sure too.
You're literally creating a construct right there. You're literally creating a construct, man. You're creating a construct that shows like it's cool to be like this. It's cool for young black men to do this. This is what you guys should be doing.
You should accept this as normal. Yeah,
That's the fucking theme behind it.
You're right.
That's the overarching fucking construct that they want us to fucking adhere to in today's time. You know, and it's created this horrible divide because realistically, if we don't talk about racism, guess what? There's no racism.
Exactly. That is true.
It's like 1984, you know?
Yeah. There's no racism if we don't talk about it.
All right, listen up, gentlemen.
Yeah.
My headphones are about to die. I keep getting battery low fucking messages. So I'm gonna cut this off.
I'm doing Skype now.
I gotta say, fucking Fred, you are the best fucking
host.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm not gonna talk to my dad, man. He's at the door.
All right. Tell him I said fucking Jameson and fuck off.
What Jason was saying, dude, it was awesome having you on, bud. You're an amazing guest. Cool. I love listening to your stories, and I would love to have you back anytime.
Anytime. Sounds like a plan.
Anytime and as many times as you want to. You're always welcome here. And this was some good shit. So I guess as always, there, America, fact off.
Fact off.
There you go.
Go fact yourself.
Go ahead and say all of that wild shit online, man. You might need a Dr. Phil if you catch me outside. And I will not apologize if you ain't one of mine, fam. I cannot afford to give a fuck if it was finance.
Everything woke turns to shit.